today's video, we find out what happens when every single boss meets inside of Fortnite. This is a video I've wanted to do since the start of the season, and we finally pulled it off right at the very end. So you're going to find out what happens when every single one meets NPCs, bosses, Team 7, Team IO Guard, 7th Century, the whole lot meeting in this video. It's insane. If you guys are new around here, roughly 98% of you guys watching aren't already subscribed. So let's get to 500,000 subscribers. The amount of time and effort and teamwork that's gone into this video, it has been insane. The plan for today's video is to take all of the bosses to this little square we've marked on the map here. First we'd take all the hostile bosses over, and then we'd take all the NPCs. And then finally we would take Foundation over there and we'd see what would happen. Jumping into the gameplay, the first thing I did is head over to the location of the brand new pit which we're going to be using. I started to clear this out. This was just south of the brand new Collider POI, so we decided to farm as much metal as possible and clear out all of the structures inside of here to get a nice and lovely replay for the fight when we get to it. So really nice stuff going on straight off the bat. And then we decided to get Dr. Sloan inside first. The mission was to get all of the hostile NPCs inside first because these bosses slash NPCs are going to be more aggressive. So if we put these inside first, it'd be a lot safer to move the others over. So then we got Huntmaster in there, we got Dr. Sloan. Sadly, I did get eliminated there. We also got the IO Guard, so we shockwave him over nicely there, and then we're going to put him inside as well. This was pretty simple to do. All I did was simply edit down the IO Guard, and he was straight in just like that. I accidentally throw a shockwave, but it's okay. Now, while this was all taking place, my team were going over to cover the lake here so we could bring Gunner over. Sadly, I personally don't have footage of moving the Gunner boss over, but shout out to Awake and Fan and his squad for bringing them over. It was an absolute amazing job, and they managed to get Gunner over fairly quickly while I went elsewhere on the map and started moving NPCs. We also built this giant tunnel here, which you can see. This tunnel was to allow us to bring the 7th Century. We didn't want to leave out any of the NPCs on the map, so we decided to bring a 7th Century over through that tunnel. Now, what I did is I head on over to one of my favorite-ish NPCs, and that's Guaco. So we get him on here, and he's set to go, and he was just a little taco man, and all we had to do was get him on the car and drive him over. At this point, all of the hostile NPCs and bosses, whatever you want to call them, were already in the pit. You can see their names below me here. If you look closely, there's a lot of names on my screen, but you can see like Huntmaster, IO Guard, everyone's down below, and we started bringing in NPCs as a team, splitting up and getting them all. After a bit of time, we managed to get all of the NPCs after about an hour. Most of them were all around here. There's a few more missing, actually, a few missing, which we were going to grab and make sure we have them all. So a good chunk of them here, and they were set to go. For some reason, Peely decided he wanted to go back home, but I said, no, Peely, you come back over here with all the other NPCs. We're going to get you in the pit with the team and see who the master is when they all meet each other. It's going to be pretty awesome. I cannot wait to find out. So we're going to continue to keep going and keep pushing through. I decided to then go and get Foundation. I got him on my little car, and we decided to drive Foundation in pretty nicely, but this time Foundation was a little bit more difficult. I had to take him through kind of like a difficult path, kind of like a maze. You can see my team are trying to clear it here. This was really crucial because if we didn't take Foundation through here, he would start attacking the bosses a lot quicker. We had some issues with this, and you'll see in a second as I do begin to drive Foundation through this very difficult pathing. Luckily enough, my skills are pretty good in the car because I've been playing a lot of Color Dash and Box FFA. They come in really handy when I'm trying to practice my car skills. So I'm moving in nicely here with my truck, going in pretty easily, driving in quite easy, and Foundation decided to aggro. You can see he was already starting to shoot the floor. I had to reverse very, very quickly right here. This was a super risky moment, but I get him quite nicely, and Foundation's pretty much set in a nice little position. So Foundation was there. I let my team handle the rest of that. Foundation, they would look after Foundation while he was over there on the left side. We also had the 7th Century on the right side and everything going. And as the fight begins, we decide to drive Foundation in. The 7th Century's moving in. You can see Foundation's driving in towards the pit right now. He is ready to go. They're going to edit in Foundation down there, and my team are also going to drop in the NPCs. This is all working nicely. Foundation's going to throw his big meatball. He throws it in. I get a little shockwave on the 7th Century, and the fight is now taking place. We're going to switch over to the replay. So we're now inside the replay, and the first thing that happened was Foundation started to break down the structures right here. Foundation went absolutely crazy. His meatball actually broke him into the pit, which worked out really nicely. You can see we've got Dr. Sloan there over in the distance. We've also got Gunner on the right side on the rock. Dr. Sloan decides to clone up. We've got Huntmaster on the back left with an IO Guard over there on the left side. Foundation actually jumps straight into the battle with the Dr. Sloan skin. Gunner for some reason just keeps jumping on the rock for now, and the NPCs begin to drop in. My team dropped them all in, and in go all of the NPCs. You can see the NPCs don't get happy at all. They are kind of medium. Some of them are fighting, some of them are completely stood still. Over on this backside, we do have an IO Guard and Huntmaster. You can see Foundation goes in with his huge meatball. This is going to make it absolutely crazy. As soon as that meatball goes, the NPCs notice and start going crazy. Some of the NPCs are jumping straight into the fight. Foundation jumping on Dr. Sloan right here. Gonna move it in on the back over there. You can see Huntmaster also taking part in the action. Everyone right now is getting in on the action. This is absolutely crazy. You can see we got Dr. Sloan, we got Foundation right here. He's trying to jump out the arena on this side where Dr. Sloan aimed in on him, kind of like a little 1v1. IO Guard also going for the metal team leader as well as Taco on that far side. Foundation switches over to a giant meatball right here. He throws it in, hits the Dr. Slone. You can see the visitor over there on the left also engaging in the battle between the Dr. Slones. Foundation moving up this hill over here. Everything is going pretty crazy right now. It's absolutely insane, the battle. Almost every single NPC is taking part. Foundation's actually lost his shield. That's pretty crazy. I did not expect him to lose that so quickly. He keeps jumping on the rocks. He's trying to get outside of the pit, but that's okay. The NPCs are also engaging in the battle. You see Dr. Slone aiming in on Foundation here, missing a few shots, trying their best. Another meatball comes in. He goes in again, hits the Dr. Slones. Lovely elimination, taking out one of the Dr. Slones. But while this was all taking place, you can see that the Mullet Marauder and the Brainiac actually team up and take out the Imagine, which was pretty crazy. Then Doctor Strange actually takes out Mullet Marauder. You can see here, Mullet Marauder goes straight down from Doctor Strange. And following on from that, we also even have the Visitor, who then eliminates the Brainiac skin right here. I did not expect that to happen so quickly, but the Visitor gets a nice elimination on the Brainiac. As this was taking place, Little Whip was also joining in the action, and he then takes down the Origin. Really nice elimination there for the Little Whip skin. Easy elimination. The fight continues over on this side. Metal Team Leader now getting involved in the fight. It looks like she's taking on Iogard and Gunner at the same time, getting a few extra shots there, damaging Gunner, which is a nice little shot. Car explodes in the back, and the Scientist takes down the Metal Team Leader right there. While this was all taking place, the 7th Century had a little bit of a delay getting into the pit, but he did eventually get inside of it. The car blows up. Just a little bit of replay of that while that was going on. It does take out Dr. Slone on this left side. You see Dr. Slone rotating in on this side, still aiming for Foundation over in distance. Gunner taking a few shots there from Scientist. Scientist also aiming at the Dr. Slone, and he takes down Dr. Slone. Scientist getting a lovely sneaky elimination on Doctor. Gunner then charges in on the 7th Century, getting a lovely hit on it. 7th Century's not happy about that, trying to get a little bit of an extra damage on Gunner. You can see Huntmaster then teleports over to the other side, also aiming in on the Jones skin. We've got Softies over here fighting in on that Little Whip. Softies fighting in on the action over here. You've got Doctor Strange, Visitor, everyone going down right now. Little Whip and Guaco having a little 1v1 here. Guaco is taking down Little Whip's shield and then takes down Little Whip just like Foundation also has no shield. He's in a little 1v1 and gets taken out by Battle Bros. On the other side of the battlefield, we can see we've got Peely engaging with Agent Jones here in the distance. Gunner also getting involved. Gunner goes with a huge dash, hits the 7th Century, takes down the 7th Century, and also Peely gets taken out by Jones in that little clip right there. Let's take a little replay of that. That was an insane moment. If you're enjoying this crazy battle so far, don't forget to tap a like button. Let's try and get 10,000 likes. It takes less than a second. Hit the like button. Anyway, straight back to the action. On the other side, you can see Visitor actually takes down Guaco right there. Lovely elimination from Visitor. Visitor then engaging on the Doctor Strange over there in the distance. Doctor Strange also engaging in the fight over here. Doctor Strange and Agent Jones teaming up on the Visitor. Doctor Strange also getting a lovely shotgun shot, taking down the Visitor right there. Lovely elimination with Gunner rotating in over on this side. Not many left now in the arena. Only a few remain. You see we've got Guaco and Scientist over here on the left. Guaco then gets taken down by the Scientist, and also lovely elimination for him. Over on this side, you can see there was the elimination for the Visitor, but just before, and we've also got the Gunner rotating in. Now you can see we've got Huntmaster moving in on this left side. We've also got Gunner still alive, Scientist still alive, Doctor Strange, and Agent Jones. But Agent Jones is just taking huge damage from a swing from Huntmaster Saber, and Huntmaster no-scopes Agent Jones and teleports straight out of there. You see Doctor Strange also engaging with Agent Jones, but while this was going on, we've got Scientist versus Gunner. Gunner moves in on this side. He decides to get close to Scientist, and then he decides, you know what, get out of here, Scientist. He goes for a huge charge on him, hits Scientist, bounces him back a little bit, doesn't bounce him back far enough. Gunner still not engaging with his gun. He decides to shoot in a little bit late. Scientist getting lovely shots off there with his pistol, actually taking out Gunner. Gunner missing a few shots. Scientist has still got a decent amount of shield right here. Gunner takes a little bit of damage right there. Gunner also trying his best to hit Scientist, but he's lost his shield. I wonder what the health difference between these two is. Scientist staying crouched, dodging Gunner's shots. Really nice. Grenade coming in. Is it going to hit Scientist? Scientist moves. Lovely dodge there from Scientist. He also even dodges just on Gunner's slide. Nice little stuff right there. You see Scientist and Gunner still having a little bit of a 1v1 here. Gunner also moving up the hill. He's trying his best to hit Scientist, but just not hitting with them shots. Scientist missing a few. This 1v1 is really crucial, and Scientist takes down Gunner right there. Scientist has eliminated Dr. Slone and Gunner. This is insane. And then we've even got Huntmaster taking out Doctor Strange. It's a 1v1 now between the Scientist and Huntmaster. Who's going to win this final showdown between these last two bosses? Scientist versus Huntmaster Saber. Here we go. So you can see Scientist is still holding his ground, a little bit of high ground over here. Huntmaster Saber is still targeted on us. He's not targeting Scientist in this range fight. Scientist is getting a few shots on him. He's not noticed the shots coming in. Scientist is also still firing at the Huntmaster Saber, trying his best to get as much damage. Where's he going to teleport to? He teleports back outside the arena. We're going to have to fishing rod him back in, trying our best to get him back. But he's just difficult. Huntmaster's a difficult boss to deal with. We're trying our best to get him in. He gets back inside. Scientist is still not targeted on the Huntmaster yet. He's still looking to who he should target on next. You can see he's looking around, still not targeted on. You see eventually Scientist does turn and go for Huntmaster. Huntmaster goes for a little swing against the rocks. He's still not targeted on Scientist. This gives Scientist a huge advantage right here, and Scientist takes the W once again. Huge congratulations to the Scientist. That was insane. Now, if you guys need help leveling up in Chapter 3 Season 3 and also want to go and support me further, don't forget to play my map, Box FFA. You can press this gold button here to support me in the item shop. It would mean the absolute world to me if you guys could pop in code POST before you buy the Season 3 Battle Pass. thank you anyone considering to do that. Box FFA is a brand new map which I built for you guys very recently. This map includes every single weapon, every single item, every single vehicle, and you can play it with your friends, fill in, or play it on your own against the NPCs inside of here. You can build bases, try out every vehicle, try out every weapon, and just have a load of fun in a free-for-all map. This map is really casual, really fun, really chill, and I'm sure you guys will love it. And also, it supports me by playing this map and helping the map get out there. It means the world to me. So tell your friends, pop into Box FFA, let's play it throughout Season 3, and get to that tier 100. So take a screenshot of the code on screen right now and pop into Box FFA next time you're on Fortnite.